WGRV, good morning. It's 12 minutes past 10 o'clock. Jeff Taylor, the president and general manager of the Greene County Partnership, joins us in our studios this morning to kick off the new year and tell us what's going on with the partnership. Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Good morning. How are you today?
Good, good. Glad to have you back and talk about what's going on with the partnership and how it affects people in Greenville and Greene County. Lots of things going on as we've turned the new year. You had the Christmas parade since we last spoke.
Yes, we did.
People all in the mood, and let's see, we didn't have it the year before, so
that is
it's
correct.
good to have that back going again.
Yes, a lot of people don't realize that's actually the Exchange Club's big project, which helps fund many of the things that they do. We just happen to be one of their co-sponsors and help facilitate that.
Well, and you're downtown, and I didn't mean to take that away from the Exchange Club either, but you kind of think anything community-oriented, the partnership's involved in one way or the other.
That is true, and that's, we try to...
Even if it's just promotion. Again, I'm not saying they didn't do any work or anything like that. I want to take that off of you. That's me saying that.
No, I appreciate that, but we are here. That's part of our mission, is to facilitate and assist and promote. And so they do a great job, and we're glad to be a part of that. And it is a community-wide event. When I say community, it's all 600-plus miles of Greene County. Yeah. And, there were some new safety protocols that were in place. And obviously, we're always very pleased when all the young folks have bags full of candy and everybody gets to go home and with smiles on their face. And it was a great event, great weather, and it was warm, but it was a good day.
Had a cool, kind of soggy New Year's Eve, but that was okay too, and that's got us here to 2022 now. Yeah,
hard to say, isn't it? That 2022 is it's hard to believe that we're here. We were just talking about that in the office yesterday as we were cleaning out files. I said, should we keep this? I said, y'all realize that's a 12-year-old file. Yeah. I think it's time to go. Time is moving quickly, but we're very excited about 2022. We had a really good year in 2021, despite the roller coaster ride dealing with the pandemic. A lot of great progress in the community, and we're looking to build on that momentum. It's nice to be able to have events, and kudos to the Parks and Rec for putting on a magnificent Ladies Classic again, and people are ready to re-engage. And so again, building on that momentum. It's very exciting, as we have already started planning, for the Iris Festival and for the partnership breakfasts and legislative breakfast coming up, and Wings and Wheels and all those things. So it's crazy.
I want to talk about the Iris Festival only because it's currently 23 degrees.
Right.
You talk about things in spring, it makes you feel a little bit warm. But you start off the new year with a great announcement on the addition of jobs in the community, and a great unemployment rate, but still people looking for workers.
Yeah, it's we continue to work through with the Tennessee Chamber of Commerce through the data, as well as obviously American Job Centers, and trying to better understand what's happening. We did see a large number of early retirements. A lot of people are still talking about the incentives that were provided from the federal government that kept people at home. We're seeing that was a little bit of the problem per se for looking for folks. But, job wages did go up significantly, which is always great, but they also went up in our surrounding counties. We still have a large number of folks. On the net, we've got about 1,700 people every day that work outside of Greene County that could be working here. And, getting people to transition back to a new job, that's a big step. And so a lot of progress and a lot of positives, but we did have a large early retirement number, and, the new economy of telecommuting, also a lot of people found new options that way. And so that's been another interesting, I won't say challenge, but it's another piece of that puzzle of where are the people.
How many?
1,700
go
net.
out of town?
So that's the net. So if you take those that come in and those that go out, so if you sit on 11E at 6, 7 in the morning, you see all this traffic. At the end of the day, there's 1,700 extra folks that are somewhere else that could be here. So,
and they're passing people from elsewhere that realize there's a better job here too. So,
yes, it's fascinating when you start looking at the data of cars coming in and cars going out. I mean, if you drive through, as I'm doing visits with our, manufacturing plants and other, you drive through the parking lot and you look at license plates. I mean, you see Unicoi County, Washington County, Hamlin County. Hamlin's actually our biggest input.
That's funny,
but it's also our biggest output.
I was going to say, in my mind, I know how many incidents I've been to down on 11E that have affected traffic, that people are backed up because so many people, and I say Molly, I know there are other places down there, but they're going that way to work. But there's a lot of people, you're saying, from Hamlin County passing those people coming here to work.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Obviously, we see a large exodus. The other day I was driving to Johnson City for a meeting, and again I watched license plates to see, and it was amazing to see how many Greene County cars were driving to Washington County. But at the same time, as I was coming back, the number of Washington coming in. So I mean, there's this. We are a much more mobile society than we ever have been.
Well, what's the outlook for the community and for Greene County?
So we're very excited. We still are working. We were one of 4 counties last year to participate in the Tennessee Economic Development Property Evaluation Program. So there were 4 counties out of 95. We were one of them. They were here to look at Hardin Park, which we are also involved in a site development grant to develop another site there. Companies that are moving in tend to want
Hardin Industrial Park.
Hardin Industrial. Did I say?
You just said Hardin Park in general.
I'm sorry.
Hardin
I should put industrial
Park.
there. Yeah. Don't want to get
right next to the swing set.
That's right.
There's going to be a new factory.
And so we're trying to build inventory, which is always important, but also they help us, develop a strategic plan. They also are looking at the Snaps Ferry property that the county has interest in, and came to the conclusion that we need to do some more soil testing to see exactly what's underneath that. So how much of that property. We know that right now, high level look at it, we probably could get 100,000, 150,000 square foot building on that if we needed to. And so, but is that all 50? Is it 30 of the acres? So that's what this was part of. So looking forward, we're still working on Project Jelly Bean, which we're very excited about, and hopefully we'll have that official announcement here in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And that's again another manufacturing company that's bringing 100+ jobs. And we're still working towards that. But there has been a lot of interest in Greene County. It's a great place to live. Our downtown redevelopment is also spurring a lot of new jobs, not the traditional manufacturing jobs, but we're seeing a lot of new opportunities with folks that want to move here, but they work somewhere else, so they're remote working. And then, of course, with Greenville Light and Power, the town of Greenville, and coming together to bring broadband into our community, that's going to open up a whole nother opportunity for remote working. Those are the type jobs that so many of our young people, my children included, they will be able to work here, but they are attached to somebody, say in Atlanta, that kind of thing. So that's an opportunity to bring our young people back here.
After all that downtown stuff is done, will you step down from the partnership briefly enough to return to your alderman position and make sure they fix all those streets back good when they're done? And then you can go back.
No, I appreciate that.
It's amazing how much work is going on over. This is not, I don't know, Jeff, since I've worked here 30 some years, every 10 years.
Are you that young?
We're going to fix downtown. Every 10 years there's this great, huge idea we're going to do something.
Yep.
And this is the first time anything's actually being done.
We pulled the trigger. And so, having served as an alderman for 3 years was a great training ground for this position. And I also think it helps with the relationships. The county commission has been great to work with. And a lot of people don't know, I also attend Bayleton, Mossheim, and Tusculum's board mayor and aldermen as well, because they also are part of the partnership. And so what we're seeing now, as Mayor Morrison said, when the new IDB for Green Valley project started, was it's historic. Mm-hmm. It is historic on so many levels, and it's exciting to see Greene County get its mojo back and be the community that we were in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. It's very exciting. I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Well, it's fun to watch, and it's interesting to see what's going on. Like, right now it doesn't look like much at all, but the end result from all the architectural designs and everything should be impressive.
It's going to be impressive. You know what I would tell somebody, we were in another community that's doing some work like we're doing here, and actually Denver, Colorado. My niece lives in Denver. She works for an ad agency out there, and they're doing some of the advertising promo work. And moving dirt means progress. Mm-hmm. And so, but the other thing that's been really funny is it is inconvenient right now, but you also have learned different parts of the city and the county as you drive about.
I guess that's one way of saying it.
It's been interesting. Even my children, they grew up here and they went to the high school, and they're like, "Did you know that existed?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's amazing when you take a different route how it goes." So we've tried to take the high road and the optimistic view and say, learn and explore Greenville a little bit more.
Well, I think people have short-term memory, and they don't realize it's hard to think of the big picture. I remember when they put the middle lane in on the boulevard.
Oh gosh,
from end to end. That was, it was horrible going through it.
Yeah.
It was going to be the death of every single business along the boulevard, and it turns out it wasn't. And we're certainly glad that that's there now.
So we're very excited. Back to that. Businesses are open. We have to retrain ourselves to walk a little bit. We'll walk 5 miles to Walmart. We'll walk 14 blocks to get to UT for a ball game or to ETSU.
I'm not walking 1 block downtown.
And so I get walking up Summer Street. I get that, but there are other areas around they're very easy, that are flat to walk. You just have to look at it in a different perspective, but we're very pleased with what's going on.
Actually, I could probably stand to walk up that hill.
Me too.
More than once. Well, Jeff, anything else you want to hit? We appreciate you coming by and talking. It's kind of the state of Greene County from your perspective. To start off the year. Again,
thank you to the community. It's been a great year. 2021 was a great year as we worked through it. We look forward to providing more opportunities for engagement. We want people to be involved. We do have a lot of new residents, and they're excited to be here. And we see a lot of them first, and they come back to say the friendliness and the welcoming community is wonderful. But we look forward to providing another great year and making things even better than they are.
If anybody needs to get involved or contact the partnership with you or any of the staff down there, they can do so by calling
638-4111.
Right. Jeff Taylor, the big man at the Greene County Chamber of Commerce Partnership and all that's under their umbrella. Jeff, thank you for coming.
Always a pleasure, and thank you.